Hello, I'm Luann Oliver with Heartswell in Arlington, Virginia, a mind, body, mental health wellness center. So I am here to walk you through the basic poses of a Sun Salutation, Sun Salutation A. So Sun Salutation is often used at the beginning of a yoga class to warm up the body. It uses the whole body. We are just going to be using this as a moving meditation. So the Sun Salutation is, just as it says, it is saluting the sun. So this is a chance for you to take a break in the middle of your day to connect with the greatest source of energy and light and just acknowledge the amazingness of the sun and to receive its energy and light, and to just let other things be put on pause for just a few minutes. So this is a chance to settle your nervous system and to awaken and align the body. You are possibly doing a lot of sitting during the day, so this puts things kind of back where they are, sometimes leaning and all the funny things we do. We just want to let our body come back into its most natural position. As you're doing this, I want you to remember that you are not using your body to do funky yoga poses. You're simply using these poses to awaken and align the body. So it doesn't matter what they look like. It doesn't matter what type of body you have. You really can, anyone can do this to some extent. There are always modifications. I'm very inflexible, so I will be demonstrating this for inflexible people. And you also see I am in jeans. So the idea is you can do this at any time during the day, just taking a few minutes pause. So we're going to start with mountain pose, and we'll start with our feet about shoulder width apart. And I want you to be thinking about a child's toy that's a stacking toy with a column in the middle, and sometimes they kind of can wobble, but I want you to think of your body kind of like that, with a column going through the ground, through your pelvis, through your heart, through your neck, and out the crown of your head, and be making that as long as possible. And really just feel the strength of that column. You want to really plant your feet into the ground, spread your toes out wide to increase the surface area. Now your knees should be straight but not locked, so see if you can find that. And then for those stacking rings, we have a ring here around our pelvic bowl, around our chest, neck, and head, and we want the whatever's wider and below it to create a nice surface for the next thing to stack upon. So bring your awareness to your hips, and I want you to just play with that tilt a little bit and see what happens when you tip. You stick your butt out, and when you tip it in, I want you to tuck your tailbone under and find those hip bones right there and kind of bring them up and see what happens to your core when you do that. So just feel that. And then bring your awareness to your chest and kind of play with the curvature of your spine a little bit and see if you can find a neutral spine. Tuck that tailbone back under, engage the core, and see if you can draw your shoulder blades down your back. You don't want your chest to come out, you don't want it to be curved back, so just see if you can kind of roll your shoulders back and let them drop. And then just feel your head in its most effortless position on top there. So this is mountain pose. You can even use mountain pose for a full meditation, just really feeling those different parts of your body. So the next pose is going to be forward fold. So we'll come up. So forward fold is when we'll be in mountain pose. Take a breath, bring our palms together, hands to heart center. And then the hands will come to the ground, or they can come onto blocks if you prefer. And I like to bend my knees and just let my chest fall onto my thighs. And I do try to elongate the back of my legs. but the most important thing is that your head can just hang. So just feel what that feels like. Feel what it feels like for the blood to all rush to your head. Take a breath here. And then we'll come up to half fold. And in half fold, your spine will be parallel to the ground. Engage your core, bring your navel to the spine. You can gaze forward. Again, my knees are bent. If I were to straighten my legs and try to get parallel, I really can't. And I'm really still trying to keep that column that goes through my pelvis and out the crown of my head. So feel that. And then we're going to move into plank. And you can come to your knees first. So your feet will be out. You can have your knees bent or straight. Get your palms nice and planted. Spread your fingers out wide, and you want your palms below your shoulders. And you can come up if that works for you and find that column again. Nice column, making it as long as you can. And then we're going to come down into forelimb staff pose. And so the key here is to hug your elbows into your body. So they kind of rub your ribs here. This is forelimb staff pose. And then you can just drop to the ground. So in this, your hands, I'll do that again. So from plank, you want your palms to be below your elbows. And then down to the ground. And then we're going to come into Cobra. So plant your toes into the ground, and we're going to press up with our palms, and we're going to drop our shoulders down the back. So this is Cobra. Your palms are under your elbows, toes rooted. Hug your elbows in. And then we're going to move into downward facing dog. In this position, we're going to find that column again. It might be helpful for you to just come to your knees first, plant your hands, tuck your toes under, and then find that stretch, and then bring your rear towards the ceiling. And your heels do not need to come to the ground. Your legs do not need to be straight, but they can be, as long as you can keep that straight column through your pelvis, through your heart, and out the crown of your head. And this is downward dog. And then you can repeat this by walking your feet up between your hands. Come into forward fold again. And bring your hands up. Reach up high, palms together into your heart center. And you can repeat that by walking through that again. From mountain pose, we go to forward fold, half fold, then to plank, forelimb staff pose, down to the ground, root the toes, press up to Cobra, hug the knee, elbows into the side, shoulder blades down the back, and then back into downward dog. Find the column, take a few breaths here. Then walk to the front of your mat. Repeat one more time. Forward fold, hands up, palms together, hands to heart center. One more time, palms up, down to the ground, forward fold, halfway up, back into plank. Forearm staff pose, lower to the ground, up for Cobra, hugging those elbows in, back to downward dog. also, at any point in time, if you would like to take child's pose, from here I often like to just go into child's pose when I've done as many repetitions as I'd like. Your toes come together and your knees can be together or in a V. Just let your forehead come to the floor. Your hands can be forward, you can reach, or they can be to your side. And that is Sun Salutation. Next time we will learn how to integrate the breath into that. So thank you for being here. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste.